Well, great to be back on Saban Media Sports Extra on YouTube. The Blasters of Ghana will be in action on the 8th of October against Central African Republic. It is an away game. Yes, Ghana will travel all the way to Central African Republic. And on Sunday, 12th of October, the Accra Sports Stadium, they will wrap up on the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier. Crucial matches for the Blasters, and we are in to preview the big game against Central African Republic. Of course, against Comoros, that game is also a cagey one because in recent times they appear to be one of the boogie sides of the Blasters. So I zoom straight into action by starting with the story in Group I of the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier. Ghana sitting comfortably on the top of Group I with 19 points after 8 matches, followed by Madagascar with 16 points after 8 matches, Comoros with 15 after 8 matches as well, followed by Mali. They are fourth in Group I with 12 points. Central African Republic fifth with 5 points. Yes, fifth with 5 points. I like that rhyme. Chad last on the table with just a point. Now, the last time the Black Stars were in action, that game was a difficult one. Yeah, Charlie, most of us watching the game was difficult. It was difficult. Charlie, now we know the seat up. And ahead of that game, we had to even make, I don't want to put it, but I have to put it this way, by force, not by force, no, it was needed. So I can't say by force call up. It was a late call up. Yes, let me use the right words. Late call up for Kwesi Sibo because of how disappointing and how shambolic our performance was against Chad. Yes, so Sibo was given a late call-up and he went straight into the starting 11 against Mali at the Accra Sports Stadium. It was a must-win game for the Blasters, and thanks to Juku and thanks to some good defending, some people had their concerns. It was boom boom and a whole lot, but they did the most important thing by recording a narrow 1-0 win over Mali, upping the chance of Ghana qualifying to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So that was the last time Ghana played, and that game was against Mali. Entirely poor game for the Blasters, but in terms of results, they did the most important thing, and we give them the benefit of the doubt. Now, going into the game against Central African Republic, it is a must-win game for the Blasters. That is, if they want to avoid that sort of mathematics and that confusion and that IMCC, they have to win this game and make the final game against Comoros be a game that we would expect the Blasters to put on a show. It shouldn't be the other way around, where we will go stadium and some of us will be sitting on rocks, some of us will be sitting on pins. We don't want that. So they have to approach this game with the right energy, with the right mentality. Central African Republic, the last 3 matches between Ghana and Central African Republic, Ghana has 2 wins and the other match ending in a draw. Of course, the 2024 AFCON qualifier, Ghana faced Central African Republic 2 times. The away game was a 1-1 draw. Mohamed Kudus rather scored for Ghana. And in Ghana, the game ended by 2-1. Kudus and Nyama scoring for the Blasters. And in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier, Ghana recorded a 4-3 win over Central African Republic. That was the first league game, and that game was a difficult one for the Blasters. Jordan Ayew scored a hat-trick for the Blasters before, and not Ernest Nyama, before Abdul Fattah Shahako made it for the Black Stars. Of course, on the part of Central African Republic, Luis Mafuta, he also scored a hat-trick against the Black Stars. And the then coach of Central African Republic, Raul Savoy, he was not happy with officiating. Even the neutrals and some section of Ghanaians were also not really happy with officiating, and some were saying they had this opinion that the referee buzzed the game for the Black Stars. Of course, Raul Savoy is no longer the head coach of Central African Republic. Around January, they appointed a new head coach. Who else? Former Cameroon national team coach, former footballer, captain of the indomitable Lions of Cameroon, Rigobert Song. He was named as the new coach of Central African Republic. That was in January. He has played 2 matches so far in the FIFA World Cup qualifier. He lost disappointingly to Madagascar at home, and he also lost to Comoros. So 2 matches, no win for Rigobert Song. Not even a draw for Rigobert Song. And for Coach Otuado, his last 2 matches, a draw against Chad and a win against Mali. So Ghana obviously have the upper hand in terms of comparing matchups or matches between the 2 countries. Just that the only concern would be how the performance was against Central African Republic in the 4-3 win for the Black Stars. And also defensively, though we have been scoring a lot in the attacking third. I'm using we because I'm a Ghanaian. We've been scoring a lot in the attacking third. The exceptional performance of Jordan Ayew at the back, we've also been conceding, and that also should be one area that Coach Utuado must really pay attention to. So for the numbers, Ghana is obviously up here, and Central African Republic, they are also down there. And if you have to look at the point difference between Ghana and Central African Republic, it gives us a clear picture, and also it sums up the story of the 2 countries in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier. 5 points, there is no way Central African Republic can make it to the World Cup. But there is one thing, if there is one thing that they can do, that is, of course, to make it difficult for the Black Stars to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And also, if they have revenge up here, of course, you will not begrudge them because of how not disappointingly, how they came close to getting a draw, or if possible, getting a win against the Black Stars in the first leg. So I'm sure they'll be fired up, and they will reflect on their performance against Ghana in the game that they somehow deserve the draw against the Black Stars. They will reflect on it and go into this game with that mindset, and also looking at the performance of Ghana in the recent away match, which was against Chad. They will reflect on those proceedings or matches and say to themselves that, of course, we are going to face the Black Stars of Ghana, but if we go with the right mentality, we can cause trouble. We can match them boot for boot. And in recent times, looking at Ghana's performance against countries that I will label as minnows on the African continent, we've not been pretty solid against those teams. Well, I expect Coach Otuado to go into this game with his favorite 3-4-3 formation. Yes, in terms of difficulty, or in times of difficulty, Otuado normally goes in for the 3-4-3 formation. And I'll have Benjamin Asari in goal post. I'll have Jonas Ajete and Alexander Jiku. Mohamed Salisu was poor in the Champions League against Manchester City, but I still think he has to keep his place. So the 3 at the back, Jiku, Jonas Ajete, and Mohamed Salisu. Now in midfield, left wing back, Gideon Mensah, he has to up his game. And of course, Ebenezer Annan has been introduced, and this time round, maybe there will be that competition for Gideon Mensah, but I still expect him to keep his place in the starting 11. So we have Gideon Mensah as left wing back, Thomas Partey and Kwesi Sibo. That partnership was great against Mali. So I expect the two to be in the starting 11. And Caleb Jurenchi, he was in fantastic form. Even at the club level, he's doing pretty well. So Jurenchi as right wing back, and in the attacking third, Jordan Ayew as number 9. Antoine Semenyo, we are still yet to solve that story of Semenyo struggling in the Blaster JCA. Some 50 matches, he has only just a goal for the Blasters. Semedino cannot continue to disappoint us, but I still expect him to keep his position in the number 11 position. Yes, so Semenyo as number 11 and Mohamed Kudus as number 7. There is return for Abdul Fattah Ishahaku, who is in fantastic form with Leicester City, and what I can say is that he's going to give us that backup. He's going to increase the level of competition, and also if there is anyone to look up to, if Kudus is not really seeing top, if there is anyone to look up to, if Jordan will receive top, we have Abdul Fattah Ishahaku. We have the likes of Joseph Pencil, who can come from the bench and impact the game in a positive way. Also, the likes of Inaki Williams can also come from the bench and impact the game as well. There's one chap who plays for Mediama, Ofori, is it Prince Ofori? Yes, he has been handed his first call-up, and some of us will also be monitoring how he's going to fare with the Blasters. So I won't say difficult game for the Blasters because of coach Rigobert's song. Tactically, I do not think he really comes up with a threat. And for Coach Otuado, he has his own demons. I'm just praying and hoping that the Blasters will not go there and make things difficult for some of us, because 2026 FIFA World Cup, me I hear say the 3 months visa this thing has been increased to 5 years. So from 3 months to 5 years, make them not slack, Charlie. This it be match with them for win. So see that fear and panic and the mathematics and Charlie, we know they won't hear those kind of stories. Make them go win this game and make Ghana proud. But I'll wrap up with this statement. It depends on the kind of Blasters that show up. It depends on the kind of Blasters that show up. If the Black Stars that played against Mali in the away game, the Blasters that played against Mali here in Ghana, where we needed results, not fancy play, not dominating, not possession, but when we needed results, if the Black Stars that played against Madagascar shows up, then this game, Central African Republic, they are walking dead. Yes, they are a walking dead. But if it is the other way around, and we get to see the Blasters that played against Niger in the AFCON qualifier, the Blasters that played against Sudan, these days, the Blasters, you cannot predict them. You cannot predict them that they are going to win and win and win and win. But I still think this is a game that I expect the Blasters to win. And the likes of Jordan Ayew, in terms of experience, they will be there to do the job for the Black Stars. For Central African Republic, like I indicated, there is no way they are going to qualify, and Mali is also out of the picture. But Comoros and Madagascar, for Madagascar, they don't have a home game. Yes, Madagascar don't have a home game. Yes, but for Comoros, they will play one home match and they will play one away match, which is against Ghana. And the game against Central African Republic is going to take place in Morocco. Yes, it's going to take place in Morocco. The last time we faced the likes of Niger and the likes of Sudan in Morocco, the story was a poor one. So let me remind them that they are going to play in Morocco and they should go there and make Ghana proud. So at the moment, what I would say is Madagascar still has a chance, and Comoros, they also has a chance, but it depends on the Blasters. If they are to win against Central African Republic, and depending on the results of Madagascar and the others, I think a win will see Ghana through to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So I wish the Blasters the very best of luck against Central African Republic. Do want to subscribe to this channel on YouTube for the very best of sporting content. Have a wonderful day.